Hey Canucks fans, hope you're well. Another Canucks season is upon us, and that means yet another season of vlogs from my car. Yes, don't be fooled by any other content creator that vlogs from the car. You know who is doing it from the very beginning. Although admittedly, I haven't done a lot from my car recently. A lot of times it's from home or from my studio at work. But here we go. Canucks 2 days away from their home opener, and you know how we talked about the Canucks setting their roster on the weekend in anticipation of yesterday's deadline, but that was just for like an opening season roster. It doesn't mean you can't tweak before the regular season starts, and that's what the Canucks have done. They made a couple transactions today. They put defenseman Pierre-Oliver Joseph onto IR, so that means he's going to be on there for at least a week, and they actually did it retroactive to September 30th. I guess it's to save a bit of, I don't know the mechanics, but basically P.O. Joseph is on IR. So Victor Mancini was called up from Abbotsford, even though they haven't really started playing yet. But yes, on paper, Mancini was called up, so he becomes the seventh defenseman. And up front, Teddy Blueger missed practice today. He was not put on IR yet. He's only supposed to be out for a few more days, up to a week. So they have not put him onto IR just yet. He was simply absent from practice. So the Canucks went 13 forwards, 7 defensemen, and 2 goalies. Obviously, the goalies were Demko and Lankinen. And then the defensemen, now with Mancini in and P.O. Joseph out, it was Hughes with Hronek, it was Marcus Pettersson and Tyler Myers, then it was Derek Forbort and D.P.D., and then Victor Mancini, like I said, was the 7th defenseman in replacement of P.O. Joseph. Up front, 13 forwards because Hoglander is on IR, going to be LTIR soon, and then Teddy Blueger was absent. So Linus Karlsson was the extra, and Aatu Raty slid up into Teddy Blueger's spot on the 4th line. So it was EP40, Pettersson with DeBrusk and Besser. It was Arshdeep Bains and Connor Garland with Philip Hedl. Then it was Braden Coots with Jonathan Lekkerimäki and Evander Kane. And then it was, like I said, Aatu Raty in between Drew O'Connor and Kiefer Sherwood as your 4th line, Linus Karlsson as your extra. So if Blueger is not back by Thursday, which doesn't sound like he will be, there is your roster right there. There's your 4 forward lines with Karlsson as the extra. There's your 3D pairings as Mancini as your extra, and then Demko and Lankinen. So you start, you only dress 18. You dress 20 for a game, 18 skaters and 2 goalies. So that's probably what it's going to be. And then you're allowed up to 3 extras on the roster. So it'll likely be Karlsson, Blueger, even though he's injured, or at least slightly injured, and then Mancini will likely be your extras on Thursday night. Canucks also practice their power play, their special teams, as they usually do before the full practice. And your first unit, no surprise, it was Quinn Hughes, Elias Pettersson, Brock Besser, Jake DeBrusk, and Evander Kane. And in that, with those 5 guys, usually your formation is of course Quinn Hughes up top. Then you had Pettersson on the right wing on his offside, so one-timer, that's a big truck. Then you have Evander Kane on the left side as a right-hander, offside, one-timers. And then some combination of DeBrusk and Besser. Usually it's Besser in front of the net, DeBrusk in the bumper, but they've also reversed that as well. Regardless, Besser and DeBrusk played the 2 middle and bumper spots on the power play. Then the second unit, no surprise, you have Philip Hronek up top, and then you had Jonathan Lekkerimäki on the left side. We've seen that one-timer a few times throughout the preseason. You had Connor Garland on the right, then you had Philip Hedl and Braden Coots. Again, that combination. You need someone to take center, someone to take the draw, so at least you have Hedl and Coots there. So Coots and Hedl were playing both bumper and in front of the net. So those are your power play units. Those are your lines and D pairings. So when you look ahead to this game against Calgary on Thursday, I've seen Calgary's lineup, and it's not good. It's not good, and I'm not saying that we're simply going to walk all over them. That wasn't the case. It felt like that last year's home opener, and we know what happened, that 6-5 loss in overtime, that crazy game. God bless Daniel Sprong. But yes, you just look at Calgary's roster and it does not look great. Their top line doesn't look great. Their depth doesn't look great. I think the Canucks goaltending is way better. So, I'll do my score prediction. Spoiler, it's probably going to be 4-2 because I want to start it off that way, as I always do. But the Canucks on paper look like a much stronger team than the Calgary Flames. But of course, you go on the ice and you never know what's going to happen. But if everything stays true to form, and Teddy Blueger is not ready for Thursday, which it doesn't sound like he will be. Patrick Alvin hinted it'll be about one more week. Then I think that is, they're going to practice like this today. Well, they did, because it's past tense. They're going to practice like this tomorrow, my guess, and then a game day skate, a very light one on Thursday. So again, here's what you can expect on Thursday. I know all the videos about rosters and lineup, they do really well because people are excited about that. So your top line of Pettersson between DeBrusk and Besser, your second line of Hito, Garland, and Baines, third line, the youngsters and the old guy, Coots, Lekkerimäki, and Evander Kane. And then the fourth line of Aatu Raty between O'Connor and Sherwood, with Linus Karlsson being your extra, Teddy Blueger being your extra, your injured extra. D, Hughes Hronik, Marcus Pettersson, Tyler Myers, Derek Forbert, DPD, and then your extra being Victor Mancini in replacement of the injured P.O. Joseph, and then Demko and Lackey. I expect Demko to start Thursday night against Calgary, start Saturday night against Edmonton on Hockey Night in Canada, and then you go Kevin Lankinen for the Monday afternoon Thanksgiving start on against the Blues. A couple other things real quick. I have my show tonight at 11 p.m., my first CCC since I've been back from Europe, so it's been about 10 days. So I hope you join me tonight at 11 p.m. We'll do a bowling wrap-up, and then we'll talk more about roster. And then don't forget my 24-hour live stream. I'm going to announce some more guests tonight, so I'm really, really excited to share what that's going to look like. So my 24-hour live stream is this Sunday starting at 12 noon. Go 12 on Sunday to 12 on Monday. Finally, last word about Connor McDavid. I was on the plane getting notifications that he signed a new contract extension with the Edmonton Oilers. 2 years, $12.5 million per season. So not even a pay cut, certainly not a pay cut, but not a raise. It probably feels like a pay cut. So he only makes $12.5 million, extending his current contract for 2 more years. Basically saying, hey, Edmonton Oilers fans and franchise, I'm loyal to you, but for 2 more years, add this last year of his contract. So 3 years to build a winner. Convince me to stay after that. Let's win, or let's get, well, they've gone as close as they can as to winning. So let's win the Stanley Cup, and then maybe I'll consider staying. But if we don't win a cup, or if it's not looking good, then I've given you 13 years of my career. I am going to go elsewhere. So good on McDavid for putting his money where, or lack of money where his mouth was, for walking the walk, talking the talk, or whatever it may be. Actions speak louder than words. Whatever analogy you want to use, the fact that he signed for just 2 years, I mean, not just 2, the fact that he signed for only $12.5 million, but for 2 more years, I think is a very, very almost honorable move by Connor McDavid. Now the ball is in the court of management to build a winner around him, to convince him to stay past those 2 seasons. And of course, by leaving a lot of money on the table, he's saying to management, use this money and spend it on improving this team. Okay, so much to talk about tonight. I hope you join me at 11 p.m. Thanks to my sponsors, Van City Express Real Estate, Gassy Jack Art and Mulligan Golf Company, and thanks to all my members, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Line Change, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Brian Blingy Choi, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members. Thanks for your support as well. And thanks to all of you for watching, liking, and subscribing. On your way out, like the video, subscribe, leave a tip if you want to, but most importantly, your thoughts. Mancini in for Joseph, although not playing. Raty shoots up in place of Blueger, and the Canucks look pretty much set to take on the Calgary Flames this Thursday. I hope you I hope you enjoyed my triumphant return to the car. I will see you tonight at 11 p.m. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.